All right, welcome everybody to the comic panel. I'm Cody.
I'm Tailon.
I'm Jacob.
Chawienta.
And today we are finishing off our Morbid Curiosity theme with All-Star Batman and Robin, The Boy Wonder, written by Frank Miller and art by Jim Lee with assist from Scott Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is, like I said, the ending before we do our after theme roundup show.
Yep.
For our Morbid Curiosity theme. And I feel like this is honestly, like, I kind of predicted this in an earlier episode. I feel like this book was like the right choice for this theme.
Yeah.
You know, some of our other books were too light. Others were too bad. This one is just right.
Well, it's funny you say that because I had this book in mind and then I reverse engineered the theme to find a reason to read it.
Now, this was the book I was gonna choose when Jake mentioned the theme. I was like, oh, I have the thing that I know will be great. And then I was like,
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about it today and I was like, oh, you know, you could have alternatively chosen Holy Terror by Frank Miller, which we will briefly discuss in a little bit. Yeah, I feel like that would skew more towards Marvel in terms of, this is bad and not like any redeeming qualities.
Not the fun kind of bad.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, good choice. But yeah, this is All-Star Batman and Robin, The Boy Wonder. This is the first book to be published under the All-Star line, which was one of many of DC's attempted answers to Marvel's Ultimate Universe.
Really?
Yeah, they're actually still working on that because they still technically have the Earth 1 line going, and they just announced the DC Absolute Universe, I think, that is also supposed to be an out-of-continuity universe that bucks current continuity for a new jumping-on point.
Gotcha. See, I think Absolute, and my brain went to, I want them to have every single iteration of these characters in existence all at once. Give them different names, sure, I don't care. But like,
so as confusing as possible. Basically the opposite of what they're going for.
Yeah.
That's Tailon. That was Dark Knight's Metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, though, so yeah, that's this book. This is also, I found this super interesting, actually. This is supposed to, while being not contained within main DC continuity, it is also within the rest of Frank Miller's DC Batman books.
Yeah, I was surprised, like, because the introduction specifically says it's a prequel to Dark Knight Return.
Right, yeah,
and
like,
what?
Sequel to Batman Year One.
Really?
Yeah, the Frank Miller, David Mazzucchelli.
That's why they
it
mentioned
can't be
you
before that.
Yeah.
It would be difficult.
Yeah.
I think there is a Year Zero out there somewhere, though.
Yeah, or Zero Year, I think, by Scott Snyder.
The introduction mentioned year 1.5. I didn't know that I forgot that Frank Miller did year 1.
Yes, yeah. Which means that really Frank Miller's Year 1, which we did cover on the show previously, splits into 3 separate timelines. There is main continuity that I think gets canceled out, and the next one will become main continuity, but there is the Year 2 and Year 3 stories. And then there is The Long Halloween and Dark Victory, I think. which we read The Long Halloween recently.
Mm.
And then there's this and The Dark Knight.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's the real DC Batman?
That's up there with like Halloween, or because Halloween has different continuities.
Oh, the movie franchise.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Yeah. That
I thought you just meant the holiday. I was kind of confused.
Yeah, me too. I was like, yeah. But
Would you say that this comic is meant to show off these characters then? Like it's supposed to get us intrigued by them? I don't know what the ultimate whatever.
I think that's how it's like pitched when they are starting to make it.
yeah.
Because like that's the idea of the all-star universe. We're going to tell stories out of continuity. You don't need to know that much about comics, and we're going to get like the greats of the industries to write these stories.
You're going to see the really intriguing parts of these characters.
Yeah.
Well, they made this is the craziest part. Like doing research on this, there are 2 stories published under this imprint, the All-Star line. It's this, and it's All-Star Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that Superman supposed to be in continuity?
No, it is not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So these were not shared continuity.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, All-Star Superman is considered one of the best Superman works, written by Grant Morrison and art by Frank Quitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah, when I was trying to look up this one, I accidentally wrote Superman, and I was like, hey, wait, this is a good one.
Yeah.
That's too good for this series. We can't do that.
Are these related?
But that's the other part of this. That was the first that came out originally in 2005. Had a very sporadic release schedule. At one point, like issue 10, which we did not read, like or at least I did not read. Only read 1 through 9.
I didn't read it either.
Got delayed like 8 months from like April to August or something.
Yeah. There was massive delays through each issue. Although I did read that Jim Lee took full credit for those delays. He was just like working on these like in between all of his other work and duties and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think he said he was working on like DC Universe Online, the MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That thing's still going.
What?
I think.
Really? You know what also is still technically going? This comic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It never got finished.
Yeah.
And like in 2011 they said, all right, we're going to finish this, you know, with a new name and we're going to put it out, and then nothing came out. But they haven't officially canceled it.
Yeah. Although I really like
20 years.
Yeah.
We
It
make
is
it
closing in on. Maybe for the big 20th anniversary, they're going to actually release all the issues.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to know what the Joker's going to do. You know, kill more people, maybe?
Yeah. I also like that the Wikipedia page for this was last edited April 17th, 2024. And for the unproduced sequel section, it does say, as of 2024, however, the series has yet to be published. It's just like, yeah, I kind of got the feeling, considering there was no update since 2011, but yeah. Thank you.
I'm glad I read the 10th issue to really, fill you guys in on all you're missing out on.
So, did that 10th issue include the apparently uncensored swear word that required a recall after it got published?
There's a lot of black bars. So I just remember going, oh, this is really dumb.
Really? Did you read the Absolute?
Yeah, I mean, that has
collection?
to be. I also like looking at the collected editions, and there's just 2 collected editions.
Yeah.
Volume 1 and Absolute All-Star Batman and Robin, The Boy Wonder Volume 1. And the only difference is numbers 1 through 9, numbers 1 through 10.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Can we talk about what happens in this?
Yeah, we will.
I feel insane thinking about it.
Oh, wait, actually, real quick, we will. But I did want to say, just because I promised that we would, I I mentioned Holy Terror earlier, and that is a separate Frank Miller work that is often considered his worst and honestly quite Islamophobic work.
And it was going to be a Batman comic.
It was going to be a Batman comic, and of course, in this universe, this.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, this. Yeah, and so I'm like, wow, I am so glad that did not get added to the story. But yeah.
He really loves the R word in this.
Yes. Yeah, it is true. So yeah, this story, as you know, the title suggests, this is about Batman, but it's also retelling the origin of Robin. And
specifically Dick Grayson.
yes, specifically
as
Dick
Robin.
Grayson as Robin. Yeah, so we have gosh. Just like, you know, it's not quite the opening, but essentially the opening with Vicky Vale, the reporter, in her underwear, just totally like out, you know, and
She's weird.
yeah,
She's
And the comic
dictating.
treats her even weirder.
yes.
Yeah.
It is just so odd. So, like, I don't know. I mean, every character in this is so weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think...
Well, women are a specific kind of weird, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
But man, everybody is really weird.
But see, I can really feel like Frank Miller was trying to be like, I understand, like, what women struggle through. Like, I can really feel how.
Are you okay? Are you skipping to like the?
I'm
Black
skipping.
Canary?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I
Don't
still
skip
think.
yet.
Yeah.
Like,
Forward.
I didn't know there was a step past the male gaze.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like the women are treated in this.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, Vicky Vale is making like some sort of blog post observational about like how like basically dreamy Superman is in Metropolis, and then they get like a
Real journalism.
Yeah. They get a rodent themed superhero who's a weirdo, you know.
Yeah.
But contrast that with her super excitement to hear that Bruce Wayne wants to spend an evening with her. Out of
So
nowhere.
cool.
Yeah. And so even though it's kind of on a time crunch because this was not at all planned,
I don't know what. So it's they made it seem like just Bruce Wayne like just like called her up randomly.
yeah.
And like no pretext of a relationship.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is how you're supposed to read it.
She's literally like, I'm gonna go on a date with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That's all she keeps thinking once she finds out.
Yeah.
And why does Bruce even want to go on a date with her? He just takes her to go to the circus.
I
and then
guess
he's
it
like,
would be weirder if Bruce Wayne just showed up to the circus alone. But it's
Oh,
also
yeah.
weird to have a first date at a circus. I feel
Yeah.
like
But
that's
then
Yeah.
also, he's like, I've been watching that kid. He's got a lot of talent. For what,
Yeah,
Bruce? Your circus
really.
that you're opening?
Yeah. No, that was also
Well-
super weird.
See, but
But
he
you
has
know
an
that
eye for
Bruce is
talent.
down there in the stands, like, I hope that kid's parents die. Like mine did.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're kind of skipping ahead a little bit, but it's very clear that he's not wishing that, you know, his parent or that Dick Grayson's parents die or anything like that. But basically he plans on recruiting Dick to his mission of fighting crime anyway. It's
yeah,
just
he's not thinking about Vicky Vale. He's not thinking about his parents. He's just like, oh man, once this kid's 18, he's going to be such a good crime fighter.
yeah.
Not even 18. He just says old enough to shave. So
Yeah.
I'm so cool. Everybody should be as cool as me, says Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
You know
So-
he's betting on that kid's parents dying, though. This is Gotham.
Yeah.
They're bound to die.
Of course, yeah. Dick Grayson's parents get killed by
Immediately in front of
some
every.
dude.
Vincetti.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, it's just like a mob hit. Well, not a mob hitman.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Gosh. Okay, I just gotta say it really bothers me, like him being like, yeah, this takes place, like this is like, direct sequel to year one, and there's like just no follow through with that. Like at least Long Halloween does have like, there's returning characters and stuff like that. This one is all like, it would make sense if the mob was involved,
Yeah.
because the mob was involved last story.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's not like that.
Mm.
So of course, Batman or Bruce Wayne suits up, goes, throws some poison dart at this man that makes him hallucinate. Weird touch, but okay.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah. Yep.
And then, of course, the cops, being Gotham City cops, like just harass this.
They have shown up to
harass Dick Grayson.
personally beat up this child.
Yeah, because nobody can know. Like this
That-
has to be fully covered up. This murder, even though like so many
Despite
witnesses.
everybody in the big top circus tent seeing what happens.
Yeah.
He didn't wait. He just did it during the performance. He shot that kid's parents in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which yeah.
I don't think the
So-
kid would be the one I would need to silence.
Yeah.
Police drive away with Dick Grayson.
Yep.
Vicky Vale like presses Alfred into service, follow that car, and then also
Immediately
Batman is there,
Yeah.
also chasing down the cops.
Mm-hmm.
See, he shows up, smashes the vehicle that Vicky Vale is in. He shows no care for the fact that she's there, because
He
the next
abandoned her
issue,
long ago.
yeah, because the next issue, because of Batman showing up on the scene, she and Alfred are injured.
I didn't realize that, but you're
Yeah.
right.
Alfred's the one who has to save her. At
Yeah.
no point does Batman save her.
No. Yeah.
But
He
So-
kidnaps the kid in front
Yes.
of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Batman takes Dick Grayson.
Yeah. Immediately gives him drugs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like not like quote unquote fun drugs, but like anesthetic, like
Yeah.
calm down drugs.
Mhm. Sleep.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, Vicky and Alfred are immediately hurt by Batman's actions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Batman is like purposely trying to scare him, Dick Grayson, and also like
He's speaking in a Clint Eastwood voice.
yeah.
The kid's like, he's clearly trying to make his voice deeper. This is
Yeah.
really dumb. And I have notes because I had to take notes because I felt insane reading this. And my favorite line, I guess, was, "I'm gonna be the best friend you could ever hope for and the worst enemy you could ever imagine."
Yeah.
Batman. And then Robin immediately following up with, "Sure, man, whatever."
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Batman's plan is failing. This child is not scared of him enough.
Man, what is this kid made of?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he just sees you as an adult that's dressed in a costume that.
Also, maybe the fact that you drugged him might play a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like pass out or anything, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just
Batman's
Around. And then
Yeah.
we also get the panel, which if you know literally anything about this comic, you've seen that panel.
I'm gonna need a little more context.
I think I know what you're
I'm
talking
thinking of a
about.
different panel.
But also I'm like, I don't know where it is. I'm like, is this before the shootout?
Yeah, before the shootout, in my version it's page 45, but might be different.
Okay, yeah, I'm right on page 4. Because that's where he says "sure, whatever, man," or "man, sure,
Yeah.
man, whatever."
What's so special about the panel?
Oh yeah, I don't think that this is radio unsafe. Yeah, because it's only 3-letter words. That's right. Or no, 4-letter words. Anyway, it's I don't know. I'll bleep it out if it's wrong. But anyway, he says, "I'm the goddamn Batman."
Oh, Oh yeah.
Yeah, which
Well, a lot of people say that.
yeah. Well, it came from here.
Gotcha.
This is where it started. And it gets repeated every other issue.
Mm-hmm.
Then to be clear, not every other issue.
Every
issue. All other following issues.
How else are they going to know if you don't tell them?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that immediately after that, the Batmobile flies.
Yes. Yeah.
That honestly, that was pretty cool. I like that.
I don't know. It could have been cool, but it was kind of in a weird.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So police are still chasing Batman, trying to get Dick Grayson back, assumably to kill him.
Yeah.
And
Batman loves manslaughter.
yes.
So I'm pretty sure this is the connection we're supposed to make. The Batmobile jets into the sky, completely incinerating the cops below.
I doubt that they're incinerated, but they are probably horribly burned.
Because I'm looking. Well, okay, yeah, I'm seeing this shoe, and I just assumed that a foot was in it.
Oh wait, where?
They could have survived. You don't know.
Yeah.
They say that he's trying to kill them, the maniac. That doesn't mean he succeeded.
Yeah.
Until I see charred skeletons, nobody died.
Yeah. They might have lost a foot though.
Yes.
And that's when it's revealed, when Batman finally goes, yeah, I'm going to teach you about fighting crime.
Mm-hmm.
Do you got a problem with fighting crime?
Yeah. And he's
End of
also
issue.
like, I have to keep him from feeling feeling any sort of grief.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, you are just trying to traumatize him as much as possible.
See,
That's the
grieving
point.
can lead to forgiveness, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
I hate the part like right after it's on the same page as the Batmobile flying, where Dick Grayson's freaking out and Batman just slaps him, like, get your act together. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not the last time he's going to hit Dick Grayson.
Yeah. No.
And then he's like, who do I think I am? Pushing this kid around, I'm torturing him, and then like does nothing to rectify the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely what you said earlier too, that like everybody should be as cool as me, because it's all like Batman should not be like, yes, the pain and trouble that I went through, more people should go through that. You know?
Right.
The whole point of his mission is I don't want more people to go through that.
Yep.
And then he's like, yeah, I didn't want your parents to die, but since they did, you should go through it. You should go through it the worst possible way.
Yeah.
You should be the most traumatized by it. You could be even better than me potentially, because I'm trying to like pressurize you into a diamond of trauma.
Only through trauma can we fight crime.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I won't jump all the way to the end of this, but I will say at least we can say that he learns a lesson, kind of. But
Batman learns a lesson?
Yeah.
And then the next issue, I feel like, might be the worst. And I know that's a tall statement this early in the series, but oh, it sucks.
I'm tempted to agree, but I'm holding out.
Black Canary.
Yeah.
Okay, so Black Canary, who's shown up to her bartender job in full outfit.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's wearing a mask.
For some reason.
Yeah, you know what?
And then we get the immersive writing experience of feeling like we are personally accosted in every single panel.
Yeah. Yes.
There was the splash page with the fuse on the dynamite. Like, I stopped reading for like 3 days doing that. Like, I would sit down and be like, okay, I've got to read this. You know, it's for the show. And then I'd open it and be like, actually, you know, I could do some laundry right now.
I was like, I saw it and I was like, there's so many word bubbles.
Yeah.
That is
And
insane.
they're all so awful. All of them.
All of them. Yeah, and it's hard to understand what, you know, I really actually, other comics have done this where it's all like, we're trying to emulate the sound of being in a very like populated space, you know, like lots of conversation happening. You don't need to do it that much. Like really at all. I can see with my eyes that there's a lot of people in there.
Yeah. So like the experience, I like taking that as the purpose. When I read it, I'm reading it as one word bubble after the next.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like emulate that. What would have been better is if you took all those word bubbles, smushed them together, and then it's like they're all talking over each other.
Right.
That
right. Yeah. I mean, that's hard. Also, it's a hard effect to emulate anyway. Yeah, but also it's trying to like, you know, the captions go with, like you said, Jake, the dynamite with the fuse that's going down, you know. It is just one thing after another, comment after comment,
right,
leading to an explosion.
Right, because the captions are describing the scene as Black Canary being the bartender, and all these men are making these comments that is slowly lighting the fuse of her like lashing out.
Right, exactly.
Which I feel like, I don't know, I feel like you shouldn't work at a bar if you're gonna have a fuse. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is described as the worst bar in Gotham, and also
he's like, I want a job at the worst bar.
Yeah,
but Tailon, you are correct. That is bad customer service. You're right about that.
Yeah.
If you can't take the heat, get out.
Yeah. Or like,
also, she's Irish, which I don't think is traditionally a part of the Black Canary origin, but I might be wrong on that.
I don't think so either. If it is, it's not something I knew.
I definitely don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it just
it's like she doesn't have like obviously affected speech. Like it's not written like she has a Irish accent. It's just people comment on how much she has an Irish accent.
Yeah.
I can barely understand her.
I could tell when she's in the car later with Batman.
Yeah, that's when I noticed too. I didn't even know that the bar patrons were talking about her Irish accent. I read that, but then I was like, I don't know who they're talking about because I had no context for Black Canary being Irish. So it was like, this must be about somebody else, you know? And then finally later on, I was like, oh, yeah.
So the reason I say, if she's gonna have a fuse, she shouldn't work there, is because when that fuse got lit, she got to the end, she took it out on every single guy there. Like no one.
I mean, she just, not even guys. Like there's girls there too.
Yeah.
She just proceeded to beat everybody up to a pulp.
Yeah, because if you're there, then you're probably a bad person. Is the logic basically?
Yeah.
And then rob them, which,
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She also robs them.
Yeah. I think that's like later on, Batman stops a sexual assault and like encourages the almost victim to like rob them too.
I forget.
I can't remember if that's true. Maybe I'm making that up, but I'm like...
I think he's just like, I think everybody should be violent.
Yeah.
Like, he just encourages... Yeah.
In this city... You need an edge.
Yeah.
And then, once we get back to Batman, after she beats everybody up, she runs off with the motorcycle, and she's like, Batman has inspired me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like, that's what lit her fuse, was Batman.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you have to
kind of controversial subject in Gotham.
I know. Yeah, you kind of have to assume that like the reason that she's dressed up the way she is and has a mask is a direct like reference to Batman, and like I feel like being more overt about that would be a lot cooler, especially considering The Dark Knight Returns has like a lot of like asides through like TV reporting basically like, you know, talking about the culture of like Gotham and stuff like that. You know, it'd be cool if it was all like lots of young people are like, taking on fashion based on Batman or something like that,
the Sons of Batman.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Since they're supposed to be in the same universe.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't we have things that are...
Dude, you say that, and it sounds
Why
like
don't
Batman
we have
got his way.
environmental storytelling?
Huh? Say that again, Chawienta.
Why don't we have environmental storytelling?
Yeah, that's a really good way to describe it. Yes.
And I was also gonna say, like, Batman got his way. It sounds like in The Dark Knight Returns, if everybody's modeling themselves after him.
Right, yeah.
Everyone's as cool as me now.
Yeah. So, yeah, after Black Canary beats up everybody in the bar, including her boss, steals a motorcycle, we cut back to Batman and Dick Grayson, who are still flying in the air. This is paced in such a weird way. It feels like it should be the next day already.
Yeah.
It's just like, it cuts back, and Batman is like, I've taken this traumatized child for a holy war, for the mission. And I'm like, what holy war? What mission?
It's the war on crime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, also, real quick, I was going to say, scene changes in this have, like, switching of time that's totally unclear. And normally I might, with a better book, I might try to untangle it. I did not for this. But the opening...
Yeah, that Black Canary scene we just covered 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
For some reason.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And then we jump back to now with Batman.
Hold up. Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See,
Okay, I
the
see it.
Batmobile that is also the Bat plane is also the Bat boat.
Aqualung. Wait, what?
Did you just say Aqualung?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. What is Jake saying?
Whatever. It's a Bat boat.
Yeah,
Who cares?
Yeah.
He named it Aqualung.
Oh, is that what he calls it? That's so weird.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
That's worse than calling it the Bat boat.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't... That part about the 6 months ago Black Canary, that makes her subsequent other scenes make even less sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so jumping to the next scene with Superman in Metropolis, it says 15 hours ago, and there is a milk carton with Dick Grayson on the side saying missing. So I'm like, wait, if now is up in the Bat plane,
right?
He's been up in the sky in the Bat plane for 15 hours?
Now, here's the other thing. Why wouldn't Superman have already met up with him? If he already knows... Oh, wait. If we didn't explain this before. This 15 hours ago, Superman sees that Batman kidnapped Dick Grayson. And
on
he
the side of a
presumably...
milk carton. Couldn't be a newspaper.
Yeah.
No.
Has to be...
Right.
The world's speediest dairy that put together the newly missing Dick Grayson.
But actually, so then you presumably think that Superman would go and rescue the kid. I don't think that's actually, but like, he shouldn't take 15 hours to meet up with Batman.
Yeah.
He never meets up with Batman, to be fair.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just
in fact,
sets up a meeting with the rest of the league, right?
Yeah.
Which I still think is a bad decision.
Yeah, and his main concern, Superman's main concern, is not totally the safety of the child.
Oh,
yeah.
Makes us look bad.
Which is, to this comic's credit, is like something consistent with the portrayal in Superman in the Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, okay.
Where like Superman is a weird like nationalist stooge for not Nixon.
Right. Yeah.
Or no, it's not Reagan, not Nixon.
Yeah. That's right. I was like, is that right? I don't know. I mean, honestly, like, Reagan is kind of not Nixon anyway. Really followed
Does
in each other's...
Vicky die?
She does flatline briefly, yeah.
Briefly. Not that it matters.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Batman's too busy hoping that Robin thinks his lair is cool.
Yeah.
He gets so mad that the kid doesn't like his lair.
Okay, I don't understand how this kid must be intentionally trying to make Batman mad. If he's just gonna like, oh my gosh, he takes a moment and then says, I've seen better. What do you mean?
Well, wouldn't you if you got kidnapped?
Yes, but I don't necessarily see that in the text where he's like intentionally like, I'm just gonna make Batman mad. Like, I just read it as
taking control of the situation from a person who apparently desperately needs this child's approval.
Yeah.
And I feel like Batman is like, well, I'm gonna let him stay in here then if he doesn't think it's cool.
Yeah.
He can starve with the rats.
Yeah. It does, you know what it kind of feels like? And I know that this is like, because there's no like confirmation about it, you know, it's like still technically like controversial, but like it feels like the worst allegations of like the Michael Jackson, like Graceland. Wait, no, Graceland's the Elvis one. What's his place? Neverland, yeah. Like it feels like that, you know, like taking a kid to a place that they're supposed to think is super cool.
He's got a big robot dinosaur and a bunch of suits of armor for some reason. Not like bat armor. That would make sense.
Yeah.
It's like there's Centurion armor and there's a suit of samurai armor.
Yeah.
Just for, I guess, to look cool, which is fine. But like, it's just, until right now, it was just you and Alfred.
Very embarrassing.
And also, yeah, the idea too that you know, that he is, you know, we don't actually know how long it's been after year one, but you know, he's still like kind of like, it feels like people in Gotham know that he's real. He's not like a urban legend, but he's also like still like super mysterious, you know. And so that kind of feels to me like not all of this stuff is like trophies from the people that he's faced, you know?
Oh.
And so, yeah, it's just like extra weird. It's like, this is how I decorate.
You know, he would.
Yeah. I mean, he's a big kid. And this is the only way that he knows how to make friends with somebody that... somebody that he feels like has gone through something similar, but also through control.
But yeah, basically, I don't know if I'm skipping over stuff, but Batman just tells Dick Grayson, oh, you like it here? Well, you get to stay here. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Also, Vicky Vale's dying, but...
Oh, yeah.
Batman just tells Alfred to call Clark Kent to get a man from Paris over here to fix her heart or something.
Yeah. Which I assume he did.
Yeah, he did. He runs across the ocean.
But also...
Because he doesn't know that he can fly yet.
Yeah.
Which is a weird touch, but okay.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, Frank Miller... this may be a controversial statement. I don't think Frank Miller likes Superman very much.
Oh.
No, I don't think he does.
He treats most of these characters with very strong disdain.
Yeah.
Anybody who's not Batman. Really.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he really even likes Batman.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
You think he does like Batman?
I think so.
Okay.
I think he just has like a different perspective on him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Like, I mean, I think year one seems like he likes him. Dark Knight Returns seems like he likes him. This feels like he wanted to write, like, basically, I think in some ways, writing the Holy Terror and it not being a Batman book was the right direction, because I think he wants to write what he wants to write and not really write Batman.
Yeah, it might be.
But, yeah, that's how...
Man, like, hustles with Alfred for giving the child food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you not let this child eat rats like I forced myself to?
Yeah.
How will he ever be as cool as me?
Dick Grayson is driving a rift between me and Alfred, says Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, okay, yeah, 5 hours ago, which again, we have no idea because so earlier it said now when they were up in the bat plane, like I said. But what is now? Is that, are they in the cave right now and Dick Grayson is eating a cheeseburger?
And this is also like a new issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 hours ago, from when?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But 5 hours ago from sometime.
Right. We get the
Wonder Woman's here now.
Wonder Woman's here.
Woman.
Yeah.
Who has a very
Not
high
flying.
disdain men.
Not invisible jet, just walking down the streets of Gotham for some reason.
Oh, are they?
Oh gosh. Oh
No.
man.
They're
No, Metropolis. Excuse me. Still though.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a meeting of the current Justice League, the newly formed Justice League that includes Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Plastic Man.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I did not know Plastic Man was in this comic.
Yeah, me neither.
Plastic Man being there is so odd.
Yeah.
Everyone is so angry. They hate each other.
Yeah.
Like, Diana keeps being like, "You people aren't
we
man
should
enough.
Kill people all the time.
If you aren't man enough to do it, I'll do it."
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, yeah.
Which, like, it's just dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superman uses his force, his strength to shut everybody up, and it knocks people.
Describes Diana as a fragile blade of grass tossed aside in the wake of an angry god.
Yeah.
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 And then
And nothing gets Wonder Woman hotter than a weird argument.
Yeah.
So she kisses Superman.
That was
throwing a tantrum.
I hated that.
Yeah.
I was no.
Yeah.
And then Green Lantern in the background is like, "Why don't I get kissed when I throw a tantrum?" He doesn't say anything, but he has that face.
Yeah. Earlier today, I was skimming through this, and when I got to this part, I was like, man, this seems like a comic book that was commissioned by Lex Luthor.
And then they kissed.
Yeah, like a super powerful, easily angered power couple.
And the meeting's all about what are we gonna do about Batman? He's making us all look bad. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah. He's making us look bad, and we can't kill him though, but like somebody's gotta talk to him. I guess we'll send Green Lantern. So yeah, I guess in Gotham City now, he's left Dick Grayson in the Batcave, and Batman is just having so much fun being Batman out on patrol. He is laughing.
He really is.
Oh yeah,
having the best time of his life.
That's an important part. Earlier with Dick Grayson, because Dick Grayson was like, "Oh my gosh, she's laughing," and it makes me like sick or something. And it's like, Batman laughing? What?
Yeah. I don't know. It is so weird. Yeah. Saying like stuff to himself like every inch of me is alive. Like, okay, all right, calm down here. Yeah.
He just loves violence.
Oh my
He
gosh.
loves violence.
And then so he's saving the woman from a potential
sexual
assault. And then Batman's beaten up and the woman's like, "Heh."
Well, she goes from like scared to being like, "Yeah, I love violence too." And
it's spreading.
Also, this is like definitely a nitpick, but really weird design on those knives that mean nothing. Like they're not cultists, and like obviously, like there's some artistic license for weapons. Like guns, especially, get like a lot of changed a lot from artist to artist, but like these knives are just weird for no reason.
They're like shaped. Their handle, it's unclear how they connect to their handle. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like
and then the woman is like, "I love you, Batman," and he's like, "Nobody loves me." He says nobody loves anybody.
Yeah. We just survive.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Despite you talking about loving being Batman like
Yeah.
3 pages ago.
It's a hollow feeling.
Yeah.
And then we get the best Alfred scene.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is just
Just
going to town on a punching bag.
Mm-hmm.
But he's being so weird with this monologue.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what. Oh yeah, he's talking about the way that Bruce was as a child. How he had a darkness in him even before his parents were killed.
Mm-hmm.
He calls him like his angel demon something.
And now
It's
my
weird.
demon, my black-eyed, brilliant, willful angel.
Has grown into manhood.
And in his hubris, he's chosen a protege, an innocent young boy. I pray this child will survive this. I pray my master has not gone mad. And I'm like, it's a little too late for that.
It's too late.
Yeah.
People are so dramatic, and yet you'll do nothing at all.
Yeah, I'm like, if you hope he survives this, you should rescue him.
Mm-hmm.
You should be the hero.
Also, I don't think this is more of like a expanded universe thing. I don't think Alfred in year 1 no, he's dead in Dark Knight Returns. Oh no, he dies in Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Alfred doesn't fight anybody.
No.
He's just a weird butler.
Yeah. And you know, I used to think it was cool when sometimes, you know, and they did this in the Pennyworth TV show too. They were like, yeah, he was actually like part of like, what was it, like MI6 or, you know, some sort of British intelligence, you know? And it's like, but why? Why?
I think sometimes it can like help explain how Bruce got some of the stuff he learned.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the comic doesn't say that Alfred's really good at beating up this punching bag. Maybe he's doing a really bad job.
Oh, fair.
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, though.
Also, Dick
shows up
Grayson
again.
found an axe.
Yeah.
Yes. But also, I don't think, does Alfred or Vicky ever show up again in the comic?
I don't know.
I think
Oh.
I thought Vicky did.
If she
Maybe?
does, it's super
Yes,
brief.
she does. Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because Jimmy Olsen's there.
Yeah. We'll get there in a second. Don't worry about it. Anyway, though, yeah, he finds an axe.
Dick Grayson finds a really cool axe.
Yeah. It's like, it's so cool.
Isn't that cool?
No, sorry. He's saying it's
According
cool.
to the comic.
Yeah. We are not actually literally saying it's cool. He feels it's cool. Yeah. And then now Batman and Black Canary's stories are starting to come together. Black Canary is still on the motorcycle, but, you know, like we said, this was months ago that we last saw her.
Yeah.
She's just always on that darn motorcycle.
Yeah. And then we also we jump to 3 hours ago, young Barbara Gordon, who she is, you know, basically she is a master at lying to her dad, who is Jim Gordon, the commissioner
Yeah.
of Gotham City Police. Also, yeah, he is still like, year 1 makes it like feel like, oh, Jim Gordon made a mistake by cheating on his wife, you know?
Yeah.
In this, it's like he is in love with another woman and is still emotionally committed to that affair.
Yeah. And Barbara knows that.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody seems to know that.
Yeah.
And are just
Okay.
like,
In this scene, isn't he literally talking to the person he's having an affair
Yes.
with
yeah.
when Barbara comes in?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hold on a second, Sarah, and says her name.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, pretty much everybody, including his wife, is very aware of this, you know? It's just like...
He's not hiding it.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay, because I never realized any of this until the 10th issue when it comes up and Barbara's like, hey dad, I think you should call Sarah. And he's like, how does she know about Sarah? So, like, reading this, I was like, you're so dumb.
Oh, okay. So that's when it comes back, because this is the only appearance of Jim Gordon and Barbara Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Even though she suits up and leaves the apartment as Batgirl,
Yes.
10th
she
issue.
doesn't show up.
Yeah.
10th issue, she does.
Oh, yeah.
That makes more sense. Okay.
It's a very special
Mhm.
Jim Gordon issue.
Yeah. Also, just to be clear too, Jim Gordon's wife, the reason that I feel like she is very obviously aware is because like Jim is like, oh yeah, she's doing well, you know, and she has like a drinking problem. Like she is just
It's also in the 10th issue where he's like, ever since she found out about Sarah, she's never been the same.
Wow.
And drinking a lot. And I'm like, well, do something about it then.
yeah.
You're so dumb. It might have been Barbara, his kid, who said that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're both just like, yeah, she just won't stop drinking ever since she found out about Sarah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it makes
weird.
It seem horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah. Also, I think he does mention it in this conversation, but I always found it weird in year one that like they have a son and then but no mention of a daughter, you know?
Mhm.
And then in this, it's like, okay, now he has a teenage daughter and the son is nowhere to be found.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, they just say his name.
Yeah. I guess
He's
yeah.
reading, apparently.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess this has to be, like, at least, like, what, 18 years after year one, then? 20 years?
15.
15 years?
Oh, because, well, fair.
Well, yeah,
fair,
because
yeah.
Barbara would have been born was born in year one, I think.
Oh, was she?
And now she's old enough to be running around.
She's 15 in this.
I thought that only James was born in year one.
I don't know. Maybe he forgot.
Yeah.
I was thinking like Barbara and James can't show up in the same panel or in the same scene. It's like conspiracy.
Yeah.
No, James is real because
Sure
he
he
becomes a serial killer later.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not, okay, yeah, he is real. I'm just speaking in terms of this timeline
Yes.
anyway. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I was making it up, I would be like, yeah, they are the same person.
But now we get Jimmy, who's also 15, 16, running.
Lives in Gotham?
No, I think that he
He's
ran
16.
from Metropolis.
Yeah, he's 16.
It says he's the cub reporter for the Gotham Gazette.
Yeah, which, man, I feel like that's so infantilizing to be like, I don't know, called a cub at like as an
Someday
teenager.
you'll be a lion reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You lying.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the term cub reporter comes like from like much earlier Superman comics. Like I've heard that before, but still, I'm like, wow, that feels so antiquated at this point. Like,
It's kind of great because it means that he moves from Gotham to like Metropolis.
yeah.
Right?
Well, is she in
Thank goodness he got out.
I don't know if Vicky's in Metropolis.
Yeah, it's St. Renee's Medical Center, which is somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then again, like, Metropolis and Gotham are like a river apart, so it's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
It's a bad part of town.
But yeah, so Jimmy is running in because Vicky called and oh my gosh, Vicky Vale's like the hottest journalist ever.
Yeah.
I gotta impress her. And he's immediately what's the word? Emasculated because of someone else brought flowers.
It's just another Batman thing. It's just another Batman's so cool. Or sorry, Bruce Wayne is so cool. Because
Yeah.
I wonder who bought her all these flowers that are
Right.
from all over the world.
Yeah. Like
I don't
I made all the doctors' and nurses' jobs harder by flooding this room with plants.
Yeah.
True.
Gosh, yeah. Also, he
But to be fair, your date did end in a car crash, so
Yeah.
you probably should make up for that
Also-
somehow.
Bruce's little apology letter where he goes, apologies for Alfred's driving. Like, yeah, pin it on him.
He wasn't
Oh, no,
even
Alfred
driving.
Definitely wrote that. Bruce Wayne did not write that.
Alfred wasn't even driving the car.
yeah.
gaslighting her.
Don't think about Batman. Never think about Batman. Also the fact that Jimmy like throws away the roses, I'm like, that is expensive. A bouquet of roses is very expensive anyway, and it's kind
Especially
of
on
so
a
embarrassing.
pub recorder non-salary.
Yeah.
I bet it's also more expensive.
At 16 years old, that is expensive.
yeah.
It's so dumb.
So dumb. Yeah.
He just got her like files on Dick Grayson, right?
Yeah. Yeah, all of the
And then he gets to watch her change.
Yeah. Yeah, all of the files on the Flying Graysons, Dick Grayson, and the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she's and a spare change of clothes, and then she does not like be like, oh yeah, you can like stand behind the curtain or anything like that. He's just like, oh, I'm too embarrassed, I won't look, but then does look, even though he says that he will not look.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought she asked him to turn around, but maybe not.
No.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. She did.
Which, yeah, again, Vicky Vale is a full adult, and he is 16 years old.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh.
You know, that's a good catch, Cody. I didn't think about that either.
I love how it can only get worse.
Yeah.
I thought it was just weird,
Yeah.
but now it's like bordering on criminal.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really think about it when I was reading, but it was when you guys specifically started talking about his age at the beginning of the scene. I was like, oh, wait. Yeah.
Then we get another awesome Black Canary scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just loves taking out people's teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, this is where, so back in the bar scene and now, the goons called Black Canary this weird name, called her Love Chunks, and I was like, that's weird, and it keeps showing up. I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna look it up. And you know what it means? It means somebody who's fat but still attractive.
Wow.
And so that apparently Black Canary is supposed to be fat in this?
That's impossible. That is just categorically untrue. Like
I've
heard
seen that word once. I thought it was kind of great.
Yeah, I've seen like early 2000s movies where like the plot is supposed to be that the girl is like supposed to be fat and like unlovable, and then the actress is not fat, and like that this is like a superhero women's body that is super skinny. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, Frank Miller would never allow such a different thing.
Yeah. I'm not, I mean, no shade to Jim Lee, but I'm not sure if he knows how to draw that.
I'm sure he could draw something different.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he was ever told.
Yeah, fair. I'm not sure if he really has any interest, though. You know, like he would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially she's the main character.
Yeah. So yeah, that's wild to me. I just kind of like I assumed that there was maybe a particular appendage that they were referring to being chunky, but
I thought of chunks. I thought of people vomiting. So I was like, that's a really unpleasant.
That's fair.
So like that's why I was confused. They kept using it.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay, I was just like, oh, that's just something people said back then, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of
2000s.
Back then, it was 2005. Wasn't that long ago?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it did remind me kind of like the phrase "sugar lips" a little bit. I'm like, you'd never say that.
No.
But, like, ugh.
Okay, so yeah, we get an awesome scene. Black Canary's beating up these guys on the docks because she heard about criminals with money. She's taking money from them, but then people with guns, more criminals are there with guns, and all she has is her dumb nunchucks.
Yeah.
Batman is busy kidnapping the guy who killed Dick Grayson's parents.
Mm-hmm.
The one he let get away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then also he's stepping in because Black Canary will die by bullet fire. But, Batman never would. So
Yeah.
Right.
And then they kiss.
Yeah.
Well, he sets those criminals on fire first.
Yes. Yeah. He puts
Violence.
He
Extreme
puts a
violence.
flare inside of a bottle of bleach to make a giant Molotov cocktail.
And then it is implied that they had relations next to
On
those
the
burning
dock.
on the dock in the rain next to the soon to be corpses.
Yeah.
Don't know if they're dead yet.
Now
Smoldering piles.
let's not forget the fact that Batman talks about Black Canary as if this is like some annoying, like, copycat. Like,
Yeah.
And he's like,
all these
I think.
amateurs
right.
Yeah.
that showed up after I started doing my cool Batman stuff. They're not as good as me,
And then he's just like, all right, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Sure.
but I guess I'll help her anyway.
Mhm. Gosh, yeah. And then like driving in the car, it's just like, shut up.
Oh, yeah, that was
Well,
bad.
her being like, him being like, I'm gonna get the Batmobile or something. She's like, Batmobile? And he's like, not one word about this.
Mhm.
I am so cool, and you will not.
Yeah.
You
I
will
can
not.
call my damn car whatever I
Mhm.
want to call it.
Yeah. Like, geez, that's awkward.
Mhm.
Right after.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah.
And
But
I guess
she-
they drive away with the hitman,
Mm-hmm.
but then when Batman gets to the Batcave, where Dick Grayson is cold, lonely, killing rats with that big axe he got,
Mhm.
Black Canary's not in the car anymore.
Mhm.
Kicked her out
So
along the
he's
way
like-
like an Uber ride.
Yeah, drop her off at her apartment, or
Yeah.
nobody's gonna notice that Black Canary got out of the car.
Yeah. Or
Well,
maybe
Black Canary
maybe
just seeing him
do
like
we know-
kidnap a criminal.
yeah, maybe she is still just chilling in the car. Like, he's-
Oh, she says outside.
yeah, like maybe he's just like, yeah, you just stay here. I have something to do.
Oh.
You think Batman would have missed the chance to show off his awesome Batcave to another person?
Yeah, I guess good point.
I do like to think she just fucking rolled out of the car partway through the drive.
yeah, like yeah, they're just like both silent and like, like super awkward, and he's just like, all right, I'm out. Yeah. So yeah, basically Batman delivers the murderer at the feet of Dick Grayson and is like, yeah, you have a choice. You can either choose to kill him, or you can be a detective. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
An Avenger.
You can be a detective or an Avenger.
Yeah.
And the detective is the good thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want him traumatized and willing to fight crime, but not like too murderous.
Not enough to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you kind of want to.
Yeah. And then he angrily takes the axe up and then slices it down to take the mouth, the tape off of his mouth,
Mhm.
which does cause blood, but does not hurt him too bad.
It's like, want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah. Yeah, and then he starts kicking him in the stomach and just like really beating him up.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, Batman.
Oh.
They find out who hired the hitman,
Mm-hmm.
and who else would it be but the Joker?
Yeah.
For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Nefarious reasons.
this has got to be the most depressing emo Joker that I've ever read. Because
He's got a weird, back tattoo
Yeah.
for some reason.
yeah,
Back dragon tattoo.
I mean, he
As
was
if
part of a
he's
gang.
Part of a weird off-brand yakuza.
Yeah.
It's the Joker with the dragon tattoo.
Yep.
And he's just there in the next scene to moan about Gotham City and to kill this woman
Yeah.
after she's putting her clothes on.
Mhm.
Who also just slept with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also weird for the Joker to do, but whatever.
Yeah.
How'd you look past the the pale skin and the green hair.
Maybe she just saw the tattoo and was into it. I don't know.
She's like, I don't even know your name. And he's like, I know who you are. You're an attorney.
Mhm.
And then he just strangles her.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like even like with Harley Quinn, I'm like, the Joker should not do that.
It's just such a weird, depiction
Yeah.
of the Joker.
Yeah. And then after he's done killing her, he tells the Nazi woman to clean it up. Which she is from The Dark Knight Returns.
Mm.
She doesn't show up again unless she shows up in issue 10.
Wait, also, does she look exactly the same age? Or
Oh yeah, I mean, you could argue maybe.
I mean,
she
she's
looks,
got the same haircut.
Yeah. She practically looks exactly the same.
Mhm.
Yeah, what's her deal? I don't think even The Dark Knight really, or The Dark Knight Returns really explains. So,
No.
for this to be somewhat of a prequel, maybe it would have been nice to, like, do what prequels do and explain unexplained things.
Hey, maybe that's
For too much.
maybe those were in the issues we never got.
Yeah, right.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. As soon as Frank Miller is out of money.
So then we're back in the Batcave, talking to Dick Grayson about you're going to need a secret identity, so you're going to need a costume. So come up with some ideas, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then Batman is out and about in Gotham, and he sees a super bright green light, and then it's up in the sky, and it's Green Lantern, though, symbol in the sky. He says, that moron.
Yep.
And so he tosses the murderer into the ocean while his arms are bound. And I'm like, wow, yeah, he can maybe tread water and maybe get to shore.
Yeah, but those are a lot of ifs. A lot of has to go right.
Yeah. So he, to me, functionally kills that man.
Nah, Batman doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Also, the weird, out of place editor's note about how they can't print what the dude said at Batman.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Editor's notes have not been a part of the series so far.
Mhm.
You're like 8 issues in, or like 6 issues in, and this is the first time we're seeing an editor's note.
Do you
Mhm.
think he just wrote something and they're like, we can't put this in, man?
Yeah, I assume so. Actually, I
Oh, yeah.
feel like this isn't the jokey kind of editor's note, and it is like literally like this almost went to print, but no, we can't. I don't know. Like that's what I have to assume personally. Yeah. So now Dick Grayson is, imagining what he wants to be. He wants cool weapons, lots of cool weapons. He thinks about Robin Hood. He thinks Robin Hood is really cool. So he starts experimenting with a bow and arrow.
That's already taken, kid.
Yeah, right? We haven't seen Green Arrow in this universe yet.
Mm. Yeah. That's true.
But, yeah. And then Batman goes and confronts Hal Jordan, who is just an idiot.
Hal's just chilling, eating a hot dog, and then Batman's just in the shadows like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I know your name. Like, he knows his secret identity.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
He's like, I know everybody's secret identity.
The
Mhm.
fact that he knows that Superman can fly, but Superman doesn't. Why?
Yeah.
Because how else would you make Batman even cooler? He knows powers other people don't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
No, guys, come on. Let's give him some credit. That was 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
Also, Catwoman's here.
For some reason.
Yeah.
She gets beat up by Joker.
Oh,
Off screen.
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also the reason that Batman views Green Lantern as an idiot is not just because he's like personally an idiot, but because he is to Batman the most powerful superhero.
Mm-hmm.
He's not solving wars with his ring, which Batman says he would be doing. He would be winning wars on behalf of domestic interests.
Now, I will say he is kind of right. You have like the strongest weapon in the universe that could create anything you could think of, and you use it to just make big versions of things.
Yeah. I mean, although, you know, it is like the fact that Batman, like we said, he knows, like, you know, that Superman can fly before Superman does. But also, he doesn't really understand Green Lantern and where his powers come from and what rules are associated with it. I mean, he has discerned certain ones, which we will get to, but it's like you don't really know. And one of the important rules of Green Lantern is supposed to be that you can't do things that like directly improve your life, like things that you want, basically. Like you're supposed to do things for like a greater sense of good. You know, I mean, in that way it can benefit you, but basically the reason that Sinestro loses his Green Lantern ring is because he tried to like become like absolute dictator over his world, basically.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Which is essentially what Batman is proposing.
So Batman and Sinestro will get along.
Yeah, which I mean is at least somewhat character consistent in that, like, you know, Sinestro forms the fear-based, you know, Yellow Lantern Corps.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, Batman's whole thing is like fear, and especially this version of Batman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he should really not make judgments when he doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah, Catwoman's also here.
And the Joker enlists her help for something.
Yeah.
And then we get Batman showing up at the Batcave. Dick Grayson has chosen his outfit. It's very much inspired by Robin Hood. Batman's totally disregarding it. It's like, no, it's dumb.
Yeah.
You
Who's the Hood? You're the Robin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, not a terrible design, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I mentioned it earlier, Catwoman just gets beaten up by the Joker. Issue 10, she just shows up, she's like, I got beaten up. And Batman's like, oh my god, she's dying. The only person I've ever cared about, maybe, possibly. So that's it. She's just there to get beaten up.
Dang.
Awesome. Not even on screen either.
She does not get beaten up on screen. She does get a little, she has like a little note or something. Oh, it's just telling Batman where to meet her. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, great. So yeah, next issue we cut to Batman fully painted yellow.
This
might be the other reason you know about this comic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say, yeah, the most famous to me anyway.
This issue is almost amazing. It's just all yellow.
Dies.
He's having a serious conversation.
Right.
And
it's like trying to do comedy and like cheekiness because they're so much better than the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you guys are just dumb too.
Yeah.
And mean.
Mean. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So for those that don't know, basically the Green Lantern, it's kind of changed throughout history, but at a certain point, his powers would not work against anything yellow, and that the reason for that has changed also over the years. It's not clear how it works in this universe, but Batman learns about this weakness to yellow, and so he paints the entire meeting space that they have chosen to meet at, and himself and Robin, all yellow, and serves him lemonade.
To be fair, I think it's Robin who painted everything.
Yes, Robin.
yeah.
Child
everything.
labor laws.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the Batman
Yeah.
could never have an instrument that could paint everything. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Also, you say child labor laws like they're like protected. Well, that is what child labor laws are, but like as in like we have to make sure that they get the jobs first.
Children first to the job market.
Yeah.
So, like, the part that gets me, it like really makes this issue for me, is that he serves lemonade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, nobody asked him to do that.
No.
He didn't have to serve anything.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
chose to brew lemonade to serve just to flex on Hal Jordan.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know why he didn't just like show up to this yellow room, see everybody painted yellow, and go, "Okay, I'm out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like, this is a crazy person.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
This is a waste of time. I'm gonna go get Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
She was right. She was right. I'm done.
He's right. I think we should kill you.
Yeah. Sorry. If you, I hope at least Chawienta knows this one, but the I think we're gonna have to kill him, Steven comic.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The part where like the Green Lantern mentions that everybody has a bone to pick with Batman, like they all want you dead, etc., because you don't know how to play nice or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentions like civil rights groups, and I'm like, what? What is Batman doing?
Yeah.
I guess maybe the killing people part,
Yeah.
breaking people's bones.
He's not a actual police.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's
Yeah,
just
but none of them are actually police.
right.
It's
right.
more like, yeah, but you make it look like bad, though.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's because they, because they talk about it at the Justice League meeting earlier. They're like, and Wonder Woman is actually against what they're doing essentially, which is like, saving cats from trees and like, helping old ladies and stuff like that. It's like, no, we should be like hitting like hard, violent criminals.
I felt like she saying that was kind of like disingenuous. Like, I don't think that Superman is literally only just saving cats.
Well, no, you're right, but he shouldn't be focusing on that at all, is what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Maybe he's doing it for appearances.
Exactly. Yeah, it's for appearances.
I see.
It's to
She's
make
like,
people
"You guys are
trust
wimps."
them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Um.
I'm surprised she wouldn't then think that Batman's doing some really good stuff.
Well,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah, but he's not killing people either.
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess.
If we killed the right people, everybody would love us, says Diana.
Yeah.
But I love the part where Batman mentions that, like, yeah, I'm taking care of, like, low-level criminals on the streets right now, but next is corporate crime.
Oh,
And
yeah.
sure, you're gonna get to that.
I'm not getting. Oh, he says something like, "I haven't touched that yet." Like, as
Yes.
it's worse.
Yeah, sure, Batman. You haven't even solved the mob yet.
Yeah.
I'm getting to that or something like that.
Also, did you guys notice that Robin is reading The Yellow Kid? Classic early 1900s comic strip.
No,
I
I'm not.
that
Did not.
Yeah, created the term yellow journalism.
That's funny.
Yes.
Because it's yellow.
Mhm.
If you didn't get it.
Yeah. I will say
True homage.
that I think Batman says one base thing in this entire comic, and that's that we've been criminals. We've always been criminals. Like, all right, I'll give you that. Like, yeah.
You're like, yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other part that makes this, and I did not know about this before the end, is that like, yes, this kid who looks like Dick Grayson definitely isn't Dick
Oh,
Grayson.
yeah.
No, it's not Dick Grayson. You guys are so silly. I kidnapped that kid, sure, but then I got rid of him, and I got this other kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
gaslighting Green Lantern. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he even is like, yeah, I was going to tell you a really good fake story of where I found this kid. But you're too good, you're too good for that. It'd be too funny because you'd fall for it instantly.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't just lie to you, even though you definitely believe it.
Yeah.
And then Robin steals the Green Lantern's ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then they fight, except it's just Robin is too strong and powerful and nearly kills the Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And so Batman throws him against the wall, which I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like by the neck.
Like,
Throws him against the wall and then punches him.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
actually, yeah. Throws him and just socks him hard.
Only way he knows how to touch people.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah, and then immediately starts like assisting with like a emergency tracheotomy. Yeah, and then they save him. They call an ambulance, but he'll be all right until they get there, and they leave
Can
him.
you imagine being that ambulance coming to pick up the Green Lantern?
Yeah.
What happened here?
Yeah. Why is the room yellow?
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
God.
Also, this is where Dick Grayson learns that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Yes. Yeah. He takes
Yeah,
off his
he's
mask.
like, secret identity.
Mhm.
How long do you think he was gonna not tell him that he was
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne?
You know, it
It's like,
just
turn around. I need to take my mask off.
it just didn't come up.
I'm still living in the cave. This is day 5.
Yeah, Robin never was like, who are you actually?
Yeah.
I think that's the
Just-
least
yeah,
of
I
his
get it.
questions.
No, I think that should be one of his questions. I think that should be one of his major questions. In fact, I feel like most other things have been answered at this point. And also he has been like formally adopted, so like also this is way earlier in the book, but him being like, you will be my ward, and he's like, what's a ward? And he's like,
Oh.
shut up. Like, God.
It's just, no, unnecessary.
Yeah.
You don't need to know anything.
Yeah. So yeah, they go out into the rain after Robin almost kills Green Lantern, and the rain does wash off the yellow paint. Small
And
detail I
Batman
noticed.
feels real bad.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I almost got this kid to kill somebody. I've made him too powerful.
Yeah, the trauma has made him too powerful.
Mhm.
He needs
I'm too good at my job.
he needs to heal a little bit, actually.
And then he goes, I got to grieve. Why doesn't the kid get to grieve? And I thought earlier you said you never got to grieve.
Yeah.
That's true.
You're insane.
Yeah. Yes.
That
So
is
they,
true.
they cry over Dick Grayson's
Parents.
parents' graves.
So they've already been buried. A headstone has been made, and Dick Grayson missed the funeral.
Yeah.
He was rescued and interviewed for that newspaper.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
It's only been a couple days.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I mean,
If
like
even.
and there's no way he could have gone to the funeral. Otherwise, he would not be crying at the grave. I mean, sure, like it's
Also, Batman never would have allowed
Yeah,
him
yeah.
at that funeral.
really that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Batman would not allow it until this moment.
Because you're not allowed to grieve.
Mhm.
You might forgive then.
Yeah, and that's where issue 9 ends.
Yep.
Did you want to say anything about issue 10, Chawienta?
Barbara gets arrested for beating up some people, some low-level drug dealers, but then the public gets real bloodthirsty and almost kills those people, and she's like, stop it! And then they punch her, and then she gets arrested by the police. Meanwhile, Barbara, also, the wife,
Oh, right.
Oh.
Jim Gordon's wife, hits something after drinking too much, and so she goes to the hospital.
Oh, car crash.
Yeah,
Okay.
car crash. And then Barbara calls Jim Gordon, is like, I'm in jail, Dad. Or not in jail, but yeah, I'm gonna take whatever punishment. Batman didn't influence me. He's not the bad person in this. I chose to do this. You should call Sarah, by the way. And he's like, oh my God, how does she know about Sarah? And then he goes and calls Sarah. And he's like, all my worries wash away. This is the best decision ever. My wife is over there dying. Also in the middle there somewhere, Catwoman wanders around, beaten up really badly. And we get a great line from Batman when he finally finds her. He goes, "I always forget how small she is."
Of course.
It's so good.
Yeah.
She's dying. They're all the women are dying.
Yeah. Does Black Canary show back up, or is she just gone
No.
forever? Okay.
No.
Good. Good. Yeah.
A great issue.
Great issue.
So-
Among some great issues.
As I was reading this, I was kind of like, maybe I could give it some credit. And that is this. If Dick Grayson grows up to become Nightwing, this is a great start. Because they hate each other.
Yeah.
This is like,
I think he dies before he becomes Nightwing.
dang,
No,
that's...
Jason Todd.
Yeah, you're thinking.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
He
Somebody
becomes
dies.
Joker. He doesn't become Nightwing.
Who, Jason Todd does?
No, Dick Grayson.
Dick Grayson
Really?
doesn't become
It's-
Joker before
Yeah,
becoming Nightwing.
it was in Strikes Back.
In this timeline.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Irrelevant thing.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. I forgot. I did forget about that. I did not remember much of Dark Knight Strikes Again, except for the Flash powering the U.S. Power system.
Yeah.
If he becomes the Joker, does that mean that Batman did a really bad job?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought there was
Right.
going to be more to
Do
that. Yeah.
I mean, we read this. We know he did a bad job.
Yeah. No.
Oh, but you mean like in universe, he also did a bad job. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but also no. He does the best job, always.
I'd have to say that if this is like, oh, Robin almost killed somebody and I need to like course correct, he did not course correct hard enough.
Yeah. And
I'll fix things. A good cry over my parents' graves always fixed me.
Yeah.
mhm. I also don't know where I read this. Maybe this is me extrapolating, but I kind of got the sense that Frank Miller wanted to like, this is Batman and he makes a lot of mistakes, or maybe that was in the introduction as they were describing it, but it's like Batman makes a lot of mistakes and like, you know, he's still got a lot to learn. And I'm like,
But he's so human.
I want to believe he's going to turn around, but I have no indication of that.
Yeah.
Everybody in this comic hates everybody else. Even the people who are kissing.
Yeah.
They just hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just so mean and they're so angry.
But Batman over here loves being Batman.
Okay, yeah, that one's pretty funny.
Yeah.
He really loves his job.
Yeah. It's just incredibly inconsistent to me between year one and this. It's like, wow. 15 to 18 years, whatever it is, really changed you. It really changed you.
You think it's been 15 to 16 years between year one and this?
If Barbara wasn't
Oh, yeah,
born yet,
right.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
it's such a weird...
Wow, that is weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just like,
yes.
I don't know.
I could, and part of me was like, because I don't think I've read The Dark Knight Returns, but I saw the movie that it was, the animated movie that it based on that. And so that was kind of like how I was comparing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, kind of like, well, the connection between Bruce being a kid and like always having a dark side and him being Batman now being like really like wild and untamed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, if you just take the part where he's like drag racing as like a 80-year-old man or something, I'm like, okay, I could see it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that everything is like majorly inconsistent. Well, actually, I am saying that, but I'm not. Yeah, I guess the key word being everything. There are a few threads of consistency.
Yes. Which I kind of think like, I feel like Frank Miller kind of like when he wrote The Dark Knight Returns, maybe I feel like this is the kind of Batman that he imagined he was. Like this
I don't
was
know. I feel like that majorly affects the reading of that book, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I do, yes, like that Batman is in some way a lot more unhinged in comparison to other interpretations. He is, you know, basically sees, you know, his present, but the future of Gotham, and is all like, okay, I need to go even harder. I have to start recruiting these mutants, you know, the mutant gang, and be all like, you have to be like an army of Robins, basically.
Yeah.
To take
I've been
on
too kind before.
Yeah. I'm gonna take on like basically the entire United States government to reshape the country and possibly the world in my image. real Death Note vibes, actually. Like, I will become the god of this world. So yeah, in that way also a little consistent. He's
Yeah.
yeah, he just has the will to to make things the way that he sees them or the way that he feels they should be.
What did you guys think of the art?
Yeah,
I loved it.
Too good for this comic.
Yeah.
It's decent art that is just made so hard to read because of such an unpleasant story.
Yeah.
Sometimes like the characters would look nice and I'd be like, but I hate them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I forget who it was. One of the reviewers that is like often quoted said that this book should come out with empty speech bubbles so that you can put a better story with this art.
Yeah. Yes, I read that too. Yeah, I think I have the critical reception part of Wikipedia open. I think that is William Gatefax of Pop Matters. Yeah. I did like it, but not exceptionally so. And I know that this also comes down to the script, you know, depending on how like strict versus loose it was. But there was use of like large splashes that were like, wow, I don't like actually looking at that. It, like, you know, I can be very critical of splash pages if they're not used correctly. And there was a few of them where I was like, I don't like zooming in on this, and I don't think it would be better in print, but not much better.
Why do you not like zooming in on it?
Just because it's labor intensive, and it's weird to have a big dramatic image with lots of little bits of text that you know.
I see what you mean.
Very disjointed. Yeah.
The image is supposed to be what tells the story when you're doing one image over 2 pages, you know.
Gotcha.
Like you are specifically,
but they're just constantly monologuing like
one of these
100
like
words
that.
every 3 panels. It's crazy.
Yeah. The Batmobile turning into the Batplane and going up, you know, it's like, why do we need so much? Like, just like, let's just sit in the moment of trying to make that cool, you know.
Gotcha.
I think also I like sometimes forgot whose little narration panel was which, so I was like, I don't know who is narrating at this moment because it like flip flop.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times, especially with Dick Grayson and Batman's narratives. I was like, why is Batman saying Batman in the third person? Like, is he really that kind of unhinged? Like, oh no, different person.
Batman sure is doing some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I'm Batman. I think the panel I knew the most from this comic was Eat Glass, Lawman.
Yeah.
It's a really good panel of Batman like punching in or kicking in the front of a police car.
Yeah.
Huh.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I will say, like, when there is one panel where Black Canary uses her nunchucks to like you slap this dude's face.
Which would cause a broken jaw.
Yeah. I actually really liked this, like, because they kind of blurred it and gave it a little bit of motion, like, but it gave it like a more like in your face, like a depth to it that I really enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Are you on the panel right now?
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
What a weird story. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to know what Joker was going to do, but not that much. I just figured he was going to kill more people.
Yeah, why did he have these two acrobats killed, but not the child?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question.
To create a worthy adversary.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh, that would be funny.
Stupid.
Yeah, maybe.
Whenever they like don't want to come up with a reason, they're like, evil.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe he had the same plan as Batman. He was like
You know, that would make
he does
sense as to
become
why.
the Joker,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the Joker's more effective than Batman.
Yeah. I mean, always has been,
Batman
always
should
will
have
be.
killed that kid's parents.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I will say, Joker having a dragon tattoo, I was here for that.
Mm.
I was like, all right, that's different enough. I like it.
I was like, you just think you're so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah,
Standing in
it's
front of
yeah,
your
and
window.
once you connected that it's supposed to be like off-brand Yakuza, then I was like, oh, well now they're just mixing different kinds of gangsters because he also has the pinstripe suit.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's wrong. You can't be all of them.
What
I want to be friends with everybody.
that's like, yeah, that's like when the mob has, I don't know, an Asian on their payroll. Like that's that right there.
No, because here's the thing though. He is being Italian mob, he's being Yakuza, and he's being a Nazi. I like my Joker to not like Nazis.
Oh, come on. He's bad. I don't need him to.
I want the Joker to love his job as much as Batman loves his job.
Yeah.
And he just seems kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
Boring.
the
Get
thing.
him out of here.
I was like, I can't believe you're portraying Joker like this. This is not good. This is not the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. Did not prefer that interpretation.
But I mean, so to sum up how I feel about this entire thing, this is not Batman. So leave it at that. This is not Batman.
Yeah.
Fanfic of Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. Very Batfic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, just it was wild reading it. Just I was just so incredibly not ready for how bad of a person and like genuinely abusive Batman would be.
Mhm.
He says, striking terror, best part of the job.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
He was like, when his parents died, he was like, all I want to do now is strike terror.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was
On the other hand, though, I am glad to have read it, because now I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really what the
fair.
purpose
That's
of the
fair.
series was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funnier than Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Much better. Yeah.
What a high bar.
Mm-hmm. Just walking across the line. High bar. Yeah. No, I think that this was the reason for the season of this theme. Now you can say, wow, I read that.
Yeah.
What a banger to end on.
I can tell people what happens in this, and they'll be shocked.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no way, you're lying to me.
Mhm.
Like, no, I promise. But yeah. So yeah, that is All-Star Batman and Robin, Boy Wonder, Volume 1, with Chawienta's commentary of Issue 10, Absolute Edition.
And I feel like I can say this. If this does ever get finished, I feel like we'll cover it then.
No.
Yeah. The Morbid Curiosity will just continue. It's like
We'll stop reading whatever we're doing then.
Yeah.
And cover that exclusively.
Month to month as it's coming out, just at the end of the episodes. Oh yeah, issue came out. But also it'd probably have the same delays, so it'd be like, okay, it's been another 6 months.
I mean, it'll make us cherish it more.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all that we have for this. This has been the Comic Panel. I'm Cody.
I'm Tailon.
I'm Jacob.
And I'm Chawienta.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for listening.